I would like to introduce a very distinguished guest, a scientist, an astronaut. This is Dr. Philip K. Chapman. Dr. Chapman, you are in charge of the scientific experiments on Apollo 14, aren't you?
I'm not in charge of them. I'm coordinating them and act as a liaison between the experimenters and the crew.
Dr. Chapman, you are born in Sydney, Australia.
That's right, correct.
And from Melbourne. And are you the only one that was born out of this country?
Yes, I am, except for Mike Collins. Mike Collins was born in Rome, but he was an American.
But you are an American citizen.
I'm an American citizen now, yeah.
And your wife is still in Australia?
She's in Houston, but she is still an Australian. She's not an American citizen.
Oh, she's not an American citizen yet. I wanted to ask you about the scientific program. Now, eventually they'll have the scientific laboratories, won't they, go to the moon?
We have the laboratory is going to Earth orbit in 1973. It's called Skylab. It'll be up for near about 10 months, with total time occupied by the crew of about 5 months. We have 3 more landings on the moon, and they are going to become, after Apollo 14, they are going to become more scientifically oriented rather than oriented towards development of the engineering systems, but they'll be of the same general character. They won't be new sorts of laboratories. But the Earth orbital program is moving very rapidly in the direction of becoming entirely science.
How long have you been an astronaut, Dr. Chapman?
Oh, a little over 3 years now.
And you were a graduate of MIT, got your master's and your doctorate there?
That's right. My bachelor's from Sydney University in Australia.
And what were you doing before you joined the astronauts?
I was at MIT for a long while, for 6 or 7 years, partly going to school and partly doing some research. And before that, I was in Canada for a year, and before that I was in Antarctica for a year with the Australians.
How does your wife feel about all this?
I think it's a very good life, I think. It's a very interesting life for the men who are involved in the program. For the wives, it's sometimes difficult. We're away from home quite a bit. But the astronaut wives, as a group, are very close. It's rather like suddenly having 45 sisters, and I think it's pretty good for Pam, as a matter of fact, because we are Australians and no relatives in this country, and when we came and joined the program, it was almost as if she'd acquired a great big family. I think she enjoys it.
Are you from a big family back in Australia?
Yes, well, I have a brother and a sister, that's all.
How about your wife?
She has 2 sisters.
Oh. Well, how about Australians in Houston? Are there many?
Yes, there are quite a few, and there are quite a few involved in the space program. We have several geologists in the Lunar Receiving Laboratory who are Australians. Here at the Cape, there are several Australians working in the launch preparations. There are quite a lot of us around, yeah.
Now, you will only stay here until the launch, then you go back to Houston.
Back to Houston on Sunday, yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Philip Chapman. It certainly was very interesting.